Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dharma practitioners, practicing meditation means cultivating your mind and developing your mind to the highest capacity. As human beings, we all depend on our mind. According to the condition of the mind, your bodily, verbally, and mentally actions can change. Even though there are many other powers around this world, when it comes to human being, as you already experience in your own life, when it comes to very personal life yourself, finally it is your own thoughts. So you are enough matured to understand that. So according to the Buddha, according to the Buddha's teaching, it is your own responsibility to guard and maintain and cultivate, uplift your mental abilities. So when it comes to mental abilities means not a lot of things. Only one thing you have to master. That is clarity or the sati sampajanya, clear comprehension, or your awareness, or your attention. That is what you have to develop. If you develop that, as a result of that, what will happen? Your all bodily, verbally, and mentally actions going to become successful. So in a 1 minute, you can get the best out of that 1 minute. And then little by little, you can increase the duration. You can expand the duration. Within 1 hour, that 1 hour become 100% productive 1 hour for you. Why? Because your bodily, verbally, mentally action interrogate to your awareness. So then if you can able to maintain it for 1 day, within 1 day, you're going to get the 100% productive result. So as a person, yourself, you have to gain that result, because if you make mistakes and if you neglect something, maybe it is a little thing, but what will happen little by little, it become your character and it affect for you day-to-day activities. Maybe it is a very simple thing and you neglect it, and once not the material, once it become your mental quality, little things you neglect, and it going to affect for your whole life. So it is not about the outside world. So we get the help outside the world, from the outside world, but remember, it is your main purpose should be to cultivate and develop your mind. So then in day-to-day life, when you do something, rather than more focusing to the outside conditions and situation, the very first thing, start to look how your mind behave. What is the condition of the mind? And first start to work with it. And then you can recognize that outside condition naturally going to change according to the condition of the mind. But if you neglect the condition of the mind and start to go with the outside, it doesn't matter whatever you reach, whatever you gain, whatever you conquer, and it going to become miserable. And today, if you go to CNN, you will see there is a rapper and he put 24 million diamond on his forehead. 24 million worth diamond. And the thing is, even he put it in the middle of his forehead, it was not exactly the right place. It was little bit went away from the center. See, even the 24 million diamond, It is not a busy place, somewhere in your forehead. If you cannot find exactly the right place to put it, see what will happen. That's why the material worth or the material success, it never going to fulfill that if anything, if you're not aware about the condition of the mind. So then always remember in day-to-day life with your little activities, and very first thing, and you have to have the awareness to bring the mind to your action, because mostly we don't think about the mind. So if you don't invite the mind, if you don't invite your awareness, it's not going to be there sometimes. Why? Because as a habitual pattern, our mind go here and there. So then in day-to-day life, always remember, as a profitable skill, start to tune to your actions. Be mindful with that action. Whatever you do it with the mindful. And so when it comes to your spiritual development, as a foundation of your spiritual development, there are three pillars. One is sila, the moral practice, disciplinary codes, and samadhi, and the tranquility state, and the panya, the wisdom. So those are the three pillars that develop your spiritual practice. But it never going to come itself and help for you if you don't know how to apply it to your day-to-day activities. So maybe there are a lot of disciplinary codes according to the family and according to the person. So according to the family, according to the village, the school, or your workplace, and even using a restroom, and even you go to public place, and sometimes as a culture tradition, when it comes to spiritual practice, there are disciplinary code change place to place. And sometimes if you don't give attention to that, maybe it is a very simple little thing, but if you don't give attention to that, what will happen? You cannot develop the spiritual practice on that whatever the discipline that you break, because the foundation itself not going to work. And then sometimes what will happen as a result of that, the mind become lazy. And when the mind become lazy means that is the very first thing, that mind going to be weak, because the mind itself not going to be weak. What is happening, the mind start to absorb certain things, qualities to it. As a result of that, your mind become weak. When the mind become weak, what will happen? It affect for your creativity. So creativity means it is not you bringing something brand new in the beginning. The creativity start with recognition. That is the important thing. So when you have the lazy mind, what will happen? The recognition not going to be there. Whatever you see, hear, smell, taste, or the associate, or even whatever come to your mind, you cannot apply it. So as example, I'll make it more simple. In day-to-day life, sometimes when you make a tea, sometimes you forget to add sugar, and it is there. And sometimes you cook, but sometimes you forget to add salt. See, it is you doing it every day, and it already there, and you forget it. And sometimes you have a special occasion, so you bring different food items and you keep it there. But how many times you forget to use that whatever you bought? And after everybody ate, and when sometimes the visitors left the house, you remember, you see, oh, I forget this, I forget to get this. So that, so why it happened? So if you itself forget like that way, that's mean you didn't get the best out of that time, because something was missing. But the thing is, you didn't know. You thought everything complete, everything good. See, that is what called we in a dream. In the dream, you don't see, you are in the dream. See that when you enjoy the meal, when you are on the table, you thought, oh, everything good. But when everybody left, when you go back and open the refrigerator, you say, oh, I forget this. And maybe you study so hard, the exam is there, and you know very well what is the answer. And then you write everything. But when you go home, or after the session done and lock the computer, the session and the screen lock, you cannot access anymore. Then you remember, oh, that is not the answer. But the thing is, the point is, the key point, what you have to understand, you was missing something, but you thought everything complete. The missing point you didn't see. So that is why you can get out of this problem when you develop the, the disciplinary code, the seal, practicing precepts and following that, and according to the conditions and according to the time, according to the whatever the things that you determined yourself to do. So you have to do it, and don't allow this laziness to come and hijack you. It is better you hijack the laziness. Don't allow laziness to hijack you. Don't allow sleepiness to hijack you. You are the one who can overtake the sleepiness. So that is the power of the mind. That is what practicing meditation means. You start to develop your mind, and then the mind become the key point. Mind become the master. Mind become the center. You are the one who taking decisions. You're not depending on the worldly nature, or you're not depending on the bodily nature or the bodily chemistry, or you're not depending on the emotions. So if you depending on emotions, mean it that hijack you. That emotions hijack your brain. But if you develop the clarity, the awareness, and you able to understand these situations, and you recognize these situations, because the most powerful thing is the awareness and the releasing things, rather than holding to things and releasing things. So in the beginning, you develop the sila, or the discipline record, or the precepts, and then you go with it, and then even yourself, whatever you want to do, you become well disciplined with it. It is for you, it is not for anybody else. You are the one who decide yourself, and you go for it. So if you want to change the decision, consciously you take a decision. So as example, when you go to sleep, so you take a decision, you want to wake up early in the morning, 6 o'clock. And when you wake up at that 6 o'clock, it is you are the one who took that decision. So if you neglect it, what will happen? That means you are the one who neglecting you, not the world. The world will keep happening. Even we are here or not, the world keep going, keep going, keep going. But you have very limited time. This is a game just within yourself, how you maintain you. And then, so remember, so whatever the decision you take, go for it. And if you want to change it, take it conscious decision and change it with the necessary reasons. Otherwise, you cannot overtake this laziness. Because once the laziness is there, then the very next things, the fear start to come to you. So once the fear and laziness is within yourself, it is very difficult for you to get out of it. Then there are a lot of dust start to come again and again and again. So then practicing meditation mean you build up a very the strong mindset to get out of this laziness. That is what the posture. That is why we come to the posture. It's mainly, go against the laziness. And then the awareness, the samadhi, tranquility state. So in day-to-day life, whatever you do, and little by little, try to, not with the outside world, try to interrogate your mind with your body. That's enough. Whatever you do, you don't need to focus your mind to the outside object. No, you have to interrogate your mind and body together. And as example, when you cut vegetable, don't focus to the vegetable. Can you have the awareness regarding how you use your hand? Then the outcome going to become successful. And the panya, the wisdom arise. Wisdom you cannot pick, you cannot get, you cannot receive from something. No, when your body and mind come together, as a result of that, the wisdom arise. So wisdom is there, and to access to that wisdom, remember, you have to have the body and mind together. Otherwise, you cannot get it. So what is the wisdom? Wisdom means that it is kind of like this. So this all the meditation techniques is like the boat. And you use this to cross the river. That's mean get out of this all the unnecessary things. But when you come to the end of the river or the water, that's mean you should not stay on the boat. So the boat is a meditation, is a technique that you use. And once the mind and body come together, and then what will happen? You get into the panya. Once you get into the panya, then your life become more natural, but you become more aware, mindful. It's like when you use the boat and you get into the other side of the river, when you reach to the other side of the river, what you have to do? Just looking at other side and waiting? Or you have to left the boat and get into the other side. So the panya is the method that you use this everything, but you're not going to stuck with this anything. So the physical comfort, mental comfort, emotional comfort, and then all this material comfort, this is very necessary. But you cannot live with this. Why? Because this everything change. If you hold it to that, what will happen? You go that the very nature of that holding nature going to suffer. That is what called suffering. And then you start to struggle with things to hold it in the same way. But it never going to happen. So then what you have to do? Once you reach to the point, you have to let go the boat and get out of it. And otherwise, sometimes maybe you hold it to the boat and maybe you carry the boat. And then when you carry the boat, what will happen? It's going to become so painful, heavy. You get tired. Dharma is not like that something. Take you to pain. Meditation is not kind of like that. You take you to kind of like a military practice. And sometimes when people talk about when we say practicing meditation mean, they think it's kind of like try to take them for military training. No, this is a kind of like you learn the way how your body and mind behave. Once you learn that, there is a wisdom arise. Once you have that wisdom, you let go this everything. You get out of very easily. You can get out of things. So that is where you go little by little, little by little. So it is a skill. It is a profitable skill when you experience something, and can you let go it? Or are you holding to that, or reminding it, reminding it, reminding it? So whatever you experience, nothing wrong with it. But what is wrong? Once you experience it, if you hold it to that, that is wrong. So remember that. That's why that really that whatever the bodily, verbally action perform 100% only by enlightened masters. Other all only perform half of your bodily, mentally, verbally action. You cannot talk 100% clear, accurate, verbal. You cannot perform verbal action. Maybe you have a conversation. Sometimes you see you have a very friendly conversation. But later you remember, oh, I forget to tell this. See? And the bodily action, you do things, but later you remember, oh, I forget to do this. Even thinking yourself, and you keep thinking, oh, you are smart to think, but how many times things forget? Very simple things. You know it, but it's not going to come to you. So then always remember, whatever you experience with the body and mind together. And that is where you're going to get the wisdom out of that experience. If you don't bring the body and mind together, and when you experience something, what you gain? You just gain the memory. Memory is not experience. Memory means half of experience. When it comes to 100% of something experience, no memory. Done. That's over. But you hold the memory means you didn't finish it. As a result of that, what will happen? You keep coming. You keep coming. You keep coming. Again and again and again and again. That's why whatever you do, you want to repeat. Because otherwise, if you experience anything to the 100%, you done it. There's no anymore the desire to go for it. So it is it is not kind of like there is a possibility you can achieve it. But the very important thing what I want to mention, have a well-maintained physical, mental discipline life. That doesn't mean you have to be like a monk, or you have to be like a ascetic or yogi or kind of like that. No. Be honest to yourself. Develop integrity. So don't lie to yourself. That's enough. You maybe there are situations come, you are not completed. You may have to do things for others, and you may lie to others. But don't lie to you. It is very simple. Why you cannot practice that? Be honest to yourself. Start from there. So whatever other things, let it be there. And by the time, little by little, when you become matured, it's going to grow in you. But don't lie to yourself. Mostly, but the thing is this, for children, for husband, for wife, for parents, what we tell. Don't lie to me. That is what we tell. then they find another way. No. So that doesn't work. So you have to tell to others, you have to teach to children not to lie to themselves, not to be lazy for themselves, not to be afraid for themselves, not to the world. According to the condition and situation, maybe there are things that in the world we have to accept that. But when it comes to ourselves, within you, don't afraid. Don't lie to yourself. Be truthful to yourself. That is where the discipline start, not to outside world. It is kind of like a wearing a mask. It is kind of like we become actors or actors to the world. That doesn't work. In Dharma, it doesn't work. In the conventional life, it may help, but in Dharma, it doesn't work. So then start from that. Be truthful to yourself, and it called integrity. Develop that within yourself, little by little, little by little. And then you will see your body mind start to, as a result of that, your body and mind start to interrogate. Then you're going to see something, that you're going to see the result with whatever you do. That is what called success. And then as a result of that, you gain the wisdom, or called the panya. So once you have it, then naturally you become mature to release from your own experience. That is the most highest advanced level of the spiritual experience. But in conventional life, that is the most difficult and hard thing. What is releasing from us? So, but through this all the practice, you go in that way, and so little by little, little by little, you will see the result. But remember to start from you. So in that journey, every day, moment by moment, moment by moment, it will help you to gain the 100% success out of your life and out of your time. And once you have it, idhanandati pechanan, that success will contribute to your next moment. And that is the journey that you can develop day by day, day by day, day by day. So try and give your best as much as you can. By the time that you will see how the trees grow, and day by day, then suddenly you see there is flowers. And suddenly you see there are fruits. So it is a journey. So like that, in your mind, the journey, that the success you gain is the wisdom. So through the practice, and there is a way that you can accumulate it. You can gain it within yourself. So whenever you have opportunity, and remember that, and whatever in day-to-day life, bring this all the practice to your actions, and perform it, and mix it, interrogate it. This all the practice to your day-to-day activities. Don't separate your practice from you. You are and your practice both the same. So with that, I bless upon everyone with this good practice. May all of you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you. May no difficulties come to you. May no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding, and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. During this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbityo vajjantu sabbarogo vinasatu mate bhavatantarayo sukhi digayuko bhava. Ittavata cha ammi sampadang punya sampadang sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Idam me punya kammang ආසවක්කයා වහං හෝතු සබ්බ දුක්ඛා පමුංචතු. Bless you.